What you guys, got another video here for you. In this one we're going to be taking a look at how we can turn our external hard drive and our Raspberry Pi into our own personal cloud storage. Now we're going to be using some software, and I'm going to show you exactly all the stuff you're going to need, and also how to do it and how to set it up so you can start sharing files with your family and also with friends if you want to, outside of your home network. So first off, you're going to need to get yourself some software. SD memory card formatter is what you're going to need. SD card, and it can be any version of these, as you can see here, which will prepare the card and format it and make sure there's no information on there that's going to corrupt the installation. We're also going to need our image, and this is Open Media Vault, and it's a very good piece of software which you can use to share files. If you go to the download section here, this is where we're going to download it. We're going to download the ISO file. You just click on ISO and on here, and then once that's on there, you want to come down to your Raspberry Pi image, and that's because we're using a Raspberry Pi for this. Okay, so click on Raspberry Pi images. And as you can see here, we're going to download the latest version right here. Now once you've got this downloaded, you can unzip it because it's in a .xz format, but you can also install it via this already, but I'll show you how to do all that stuff. But basically, once you've got this up and running, this will be your admin username and also the password, which is Open Media Vault. You can change this once you get into the web interface. And I'll show you all the steps here anyway. So download that. I've already downloaded my version. Now to create your image on your micro SD card, you're going to need to get yourself a piece of software from Etcher. It's a free piece of software. Just download it, install it, and this will allow you to burn the image onto your micro SD card. So what you're going to need for this is you're going to need a Raspberry Pi 3 for this one, Model B, and you will need an Ethernet cable if you want to run it on an Ethernet port, which I'd advise you to do rather than doing Wi-Fi. You're also going to need yourself an external drive or some sort of external source. This could be a large USB flash drive or micro SD cards with USB adapters to plug into USB parts, or a large external hard drive. As you can see, these I've listed them on the screen here, you can see them, and these are the ones you're going to need. Okay, anyway, let's get started. So first off, what we're going to do is format our card. Now you're going to need an adapter as well, and this is to plug into your computer. Now I've got some sort of adapter here where I can plug my micro SD card in, and it converts it to a USB drive, so I can then plug it into my computer. And you can see one of these on the screen right now, and this is what you're going to need if you want to format it the way I'm doing. So I'm going to open up our software, and as you can see here, we've got our software, and this is our drive. So make sure you've got the right drive here. So our drive we want to do is this one here. I'm just going to wipe this out. So Z's my other external drive, or internal drive, sorry. So we're just going to quickly format this one and say yes, continue. That's now formatted. And let me just quickly check to make sure everything is okay here. OK D. So I'm just going to give that one more go just to make sure, because there was loads of partitions on it. So I'm just going to quickly format this as well. Do a quick format. There we go. Okay, so we're ready to go. So next up, what we're going to do is I've got my image here, which I've downloaded, my Raspberry Pi image. So we're going to use this. Now you can unzip this if you want to by using 7-zip, and you can just drag this into this area here if you want to do that. Or Etcher will take care of this zip file, but we'll just do it this way just to show you. And let that unzip that file. So what we want to do next is, what we're going to do is open up Etcher. So once we've got Etcher open, we just want to select our image here by clicking select, and then we can select the image that we created when we unzipped it. And all we need to do here is make sure it's selected the right drive, and it has done. It's selected D, and click flash. Click yes, and it will start to flash that micro SD card with our image that we've just downloaded. So I'm just going to let that go. It will take a bit of time. Okay, that's going to start to validate our image, which is going onto our micro SD card now. So we'll just let that finish validating. Now what that's going to do is start to unmount, and you will get this box popping up here. So you don't want to be formatting at this stage. It may ask you to format. Don't do that. Just leave it well alone. So we just close this off now. And all we need to do is remove your micro SD card and plug that into your Raspberry Pi. Also plug in your hard drive, your external hard drive, or whatever source of storage you're going to be using, and plug in your Ethernet and then power it on. And I'll show you where to get your IP address for your Raspberry Pi inside your router in a second. So let's go ahead and just quickly plug all this stuff in, and I'll be right back. Now what you're going to need to do is type in your IP address for your router menu. Now your router menu number may be different, and you need to know what your password is to log into your router. Now this is a Virgin Media router, and it will list all the devices that are connected on your network, and this will give you your Raspberry Pi IP, and it will say Raspberry Pi in there. So let's just log in here. Now as you can see here, it has listed my Raspberry Pi, and it does give you the MAC address. I've blurred all the MAC addresses out, and this is your IP address. It says I'm connected via an Ethernet. So now we know what the IP address. You don't need the last / the last part. You just need the IP here, which is being shown 192.168.0.27. That's my IP. Once you've got that, you can close this window off and open up another browser and paste that into the top here. So once you've done that, you will get this pop-up box coming up. Username and password. Now that was admin, and it was Open Media Vault, all lowercase. And once you've got that in, we can log in. There we go. Don't need to save that because we're going to change the details here. Okay, so now we're logged in, and the first thing you want to do on your Open Media Vault page here, or control panel, is go into where it says General Settings, and you want to go to where it says Web Administrator Password and type in a new password here for yourself. Something that you would know. Make it nice and strong. Don't make it too weak, but not too strong that you're going to forget it. And once you've done this, it's not using the default password anymore. So we've now changed that. So it's set in stone, which is good. And all we need to do now is come down to where it says storage here. Look in storage, and we want to go to where it says file system. Click on file system. There we go. So here is my drive. Now you can see it's giving us no information at the moment, and that's because we haven't mounted a drive. So all we need to do here is mount that drive. Highlight it, click on mount, and that should then start to mount that drive. It will say the configuration has been changed. To apply that, we just click on apply. Say yes, let that configure our drive. And there we go, we're online. So that's that part done. Now if we come down to where it says access rights management, you can see here users. Now you can set up a user if you want to. You can add a user here, and this will allow you to add a user. If you go to shared folder, let me just go into shared folder here, and we're going to add a shared folder. So I'm going to call this let's just call this movies, and we can now select the drive here. It's going to call that movies and select that one. You can do whatever you like here, and you can leave a comment here if you wish. There we go. And this is your permissions. So administration or administrator, read and write access, users no access, other access, and you can change this to whatever you like here. Okay, so wherever you want to change to. so you can see everyone read and write. So if you had someone in your family, say who wants to access this drive on another computer in the house, then you can access this by just leaving it on everyone read and write, or you can change your access rights here. Okay, depend on how heavy and protected you want to make it. I'm going to save that. Now read and write means that they can delete files on there, but if it's yourself and your family members, then everything should be okay. So next up, what we're going to do here, it's going to go down to where it says SMB, Samba, CIFS. We're going to click on this one, and we need to enable this here. So enable that. Once we've done that, I'm just going to check here, make sure everything else is okay. I'm going to save and apply that one and say yes. Let it apply those. And of course we go shares here, and you can add a share. That's enabled. You can select the share folder. I'm going to select this one here, and you can see it's set to public, a guest allowed. So if you want to allow family members, this allows them to log in. And that's it. Set read only for guests. So if you just want people to read only for your guests, you can set that as is, and you can go through and set all your permissions here as well, the way you want to do them. So save that and apply. Now of course this area here, if you wanted to take this part out, you could do user. Now your users, just say for instance add, and you can add in users. So for instance, if you add your dad, your mum, you can add a user in here, and you can give them an email here if you want to. Well, I'm just going to give them, come down a bit, put the other password in underneath, go to groups, give them access, it'll save, and you can see that person is going to get access, going to apply this, and they're going to have full access there. There we go. And you can just keep adding those in if you wish. Again, we've got groups here, groups of people, and you've also got shared folder, which we've already covered. But if you want to change this, you can have it to the whole drive if you wish, or just make it just movies to that drive if you want to. So that's what we're going to leave that as. So you select your drive here, give it a name. So as you can see, once you type in your network IP address, or it will be down on your network list here, it will show up. You will get access to the network, to your files that you're sharing anywhere on your network. As you can see here, I can get access to all my movies if I want to, whether it be Western, fantasy, horror, anything like that, or music. It'll all be listed here on the server, and I can get access to that. Okay, very easy to do, and anyone on my network can access this. And if you want to access it via outside your network, you will need to set that up as another way. And if you want to see that video, then let me know in the comments section below. So let's take a look here at plugins and OMV extras. As you can see here, you do have the Plex Media Server repo, and you've got a few other bits here. You can see you've got that there to enable if you want to run a Plex Media Server for your family and friends, and also stuff like that. So you will need to set that up. Okay, so you will need to set up a VPN on that one for them to access, and you will need something like a no IP or duck DNS or something like that to set up internally, so you can then give them that information so they can connect on the outside to come into your network to watch your content. And that's another video in itself. That's going to be a fair bit of a video on itself to set up. But you can set up here Plex if you want to do that. And also you've got plugins here, which I'll quickly go through here, which you've got backup here, and a few other bits and pieces. So depends on what you want to do really, but this is probably another video to go through because there's quite a lot of stuff here to cover. So it depends on what you want to set up for yours. You can see Mumble here, which is a chat server client, which you can run from here, and there's other ones inside here as well. Remote desktop, OpenVPN. This is what you're going to need, something like this to set up so you can access from outside of your home network. So you will need to have something like this running, okay? And we can cover that in another video. Let me see here. Anyway, I'm starting to get off topic here, but I'll wake up on wake alarm. Wake up on LAN as well. So you've got a few bits here, VirtualBox, that you can go through. So just let me know what you want to see. If you want to see any more of this, if you don't, then let me know in the comment section. But basically, that is the way to set up your own cloud storage, and you would just have this running on a Raspberry Pi near your router and a piece of external storage, whatever size you want, and you can share files with your friends and family on your home network, in your home or outside of your network. It's entirely up to you. But that's pretty much it for this video, so I'm going to wrap this one up. I hope this one helps you out, guys. My name is Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Thanks again for watching, guys, and thanks for your continued support. Bye for now. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the big red subscribe button on my YouTube channel and hit the bell notification button next to that to be notified when we upload new videos.